They're becoming nothing but the party of thoughts and prayers.
Shots fired on Baldwin Street. 2 officers down. I need ambulances. 2 officers down. 2 officers. Pretty close with that. Everybody over there right now.
All cars head to the east side.
And off. We're gonna need bombing shots on the Warsaw. Give me a car over at Dayton. And Baldwin. Start me 2 rigs. 2 rigs. Yeah, the officers start responding that way. Bring the supervisor to help monitor. Do the suspect, vehicle description, anything. Oh, I'm being told that a female is struck as well, 82. Wellman, get me right here. We're loading the 2 officers in the car right now. We're going to get them out of here. One hospital. Name the hospital and clear the path to the hospital. Joseph to Hudson to Wild Street. Locked down immediately. Are both officers on? We need to lock down Laser Street, the north-south, the north, or the street south, the street north. No vehicles on Laser Street whatsoever. Joanne Post, Amy Joseph and Farbridge, do you copy? I'm sorry, Stacey area Joseph Farbridge, do you copy? 157. We have an additional victim, Gmail, 82 bombing. We're going to try to make our way over there. Pretty much in the kill zone there, so we're going to have to come to you or come one of them. Hey, Sarge, we were talking to them on the way here, and he said that they were approached from behind. Just so you know, they were approached from behind.
That was video footage of the aftermath in Rochester, New York, where 2 undercover police officers were ambushed as they sat in their car doing surveillance. 1 has died, 1 is recovering from his injuries in a hospital. The suspect who has been arrested is apparently from the Boston area, and he's currently being held on a 2nd-degree murder charge, 2nd-degree attempted murder, assault with a firearm, and several other charges. But of course, this happens in a city where 12 weeks earlier, the Met declared a state of emergency citywide because of rising violence against the community itself and against police. This coming from another Democrat who offers thoughts and prayers to the officers, the police department, and the families of the officers that were shot and or killed. Another Democratic-run city, violence raging in a city where they don't care. They don't want to do anything about it. But he'll tell you in this brief clip I'm going to show you that these are the people who are on the front lines every day out doing their jobs. But apparently Mayor Evans doesn't really care about them because he's doing nothing to help them and he's doing nothing to stop the violence in his city.
Obviously, we have had 2 officers shot. This is a tragedy for our community. I'm asking Rochester to pray for these officers and their family. They go out every day and put their lives on the line. And while there's some people that sit on the sideline, these guys are on the front line. They're on the front line trying to keep our community safe. And we ask for prayers for these officers, their family, the Rochester Police Department, and the entire city of Rochester.
I'd like to ask everyone, please, for prayers for our 2 officers. And also for, as you look around you, the officers and the deputies that have come to help from the state police, the sheriff's office. I think every town from the county of Monroe is here as well. Obviously, it's a big scene. We have a lot of work to do. So we ask for patience, and we will update you as we can. Thank you.
Again, thoughts, prayers, even the police chief, thoughts and prayers. I do understand that there's not much you could say after a situation like that, but it seems every time there's gun violence or every time there's gun violence used against a police officer, it's thoughts and prayers. Well, the thoughts and prayers aren't going to bring that officer back. They may help the other officer recover, but the bottom line is this: Democratic policies are failing. They're doing nothing to clean up communities nothing to stop violence, and nothing to help public safety in a job that's already tough enough. But now with these Democrats and their shitty policies, the violence against police continues and no one seems to care. This is just another shooting in another Dem-run city, as far as I'm concerned. That's the way they think. They claim they care about public safety. They claim they care about the citizens they serve. But their claims fall on deaf ears because they do nothing to show that they care. They do nothing to increase police presence on the street. They do nothing to take violent criminals off the street. And when the police do take a violent criminal off the street, some progressive DA lets them go on either personal recognizance bail or a low surety bail, and they're right back out to commit another crime. We see this a lot in California. We see it a lot in New York City. And this person who apparently, again, is from the Boston area, who was arrested for the shooting, I don't know about a criminal record, but I'm assuming this person has one. What else were you thinking? You know there's police surveillance going on. You hide in some bushes and wait till these officers are sitting in their unmarked car and you approach them from behind and unload what I believe was about 17 rounds into the vehicle and then run. I'm just upset that this person was not taken out by police, because I prefer that instead of a community or a state having to pay for this asshole to be in prison for the rest of their life and going to prison being a hero for shooting a police officer, because that's how all these other asshole criminals think. If you shoot a police officer, you're a superstar, you're a hero. So now a community and a state has to pay for this scumbag to be in prison till he dies for shooting a police officer. These are the ones that are cowards. They won't engage the police in gunfire because they know they're going to be killed. All they want to do is do the shooting and then take the punishment to go live whatever kind of life they think they're going to live in prison. It's a sad situation and something needs to be done about it. And the bottom line is this: Democratic policies are failing. They're failing small towns and cities, they're failing big states, and they're failing the entire country. Violence on law enforcement is an epidemic that's out of control. Police officers are being shot and or killed in a line of duty every single day. No man or woman who wears a badge and goes out into the street to do a job is safe from the deranged criminal mind at any given time. I pray for all my brothers and sisters who put the badge on every day and go out and do a job that is thankless. People don't care because obviously we all know the police are all bad. Everything the police do is wrong, and everything is scrutinized by some uneducated politician who thinks they know everything about law enforcement, yet they really never had the nerve or the balls to become a law enforcement officer. They just want to sit behind a desk and talk or go on a computer and type. And they want to come up with these bullshit policies that are making the job more dangerous than it already is. So yes, I pray for my brothers and sisters who put the badge on. But the politicians who claim thoughts and prayers, that's all they're about, because they've never done the job. They've never pinned a badge on their chest. And they don't know what it's like to deal with some of the worst people we have roaming the streets in our cities and towns. And they never will know, because they're all cowards. The politicians are cowards, like the criminals are cowards. So now another police officer's life is lost, and one is recovering, hopefully, from the gunshot wound from a coward, a piece of shit criminal who cares less about human life and now wants to be in prison for the rest of their life and be a hero because he killed a police officer. That's what Democrats are all about. That's what Democratic policies are all about. And that needs to change. So I'm going to end this now. And I just hope that the officer in Rochester recovers fully and hopefully goes back on the street and does a job he wanted to do to begin with, because someone needs to do it. And I don't see a lot of people stepping up to the plate today to become a police officer, mainly because, as far as I'm concerned, I believe that people don't want to do this job anymore because they have no backing from the people who run these cities and towns. Even some police chiefs become political hacks for the mayor they work for, and they don't even back their men and women who are on the street every day. Those police chiefs need to resign from the job because they're doing nothing but hurting the men and women they supposedly serve instead of helping them doing a job that's already dangerous enough. And that's it. If you haven't already liked this video, please hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell, and you'll never miss an episode. I hope everybody is healthy and safe, and have a great weekend, and I'll see you soon with something else. Take care.